Okay, I actually got some stuff at my P.O. box. And if you noticed, I colored and cut my hair. I couldn't stand it. The reason I didn't do it is I was just so busy working on my website. I didn't want to spend time on my hair. But my hair has been looking so horrible lately that I thought, okay, you're going to have to take some time off to color your hair and cut it. So that's what I did yesterday. So, yeah. You said, you color and cut your own hair? Yeah, yeah. I figured out how to, I started doing it in 2016 and I use Age Beautiful hair coloring because I've got menopause hair. And I cut my hair in a bob when it's wet and then I give myself slight layers on the side. And yeah, anyways, it takes some practice, but you can do it yourself. You say, you make it sound so easy. It takes some practice, okay? But I've actually made videos on how I do it, so you can like do a search on Gail Schuler hair cutting or whatever. Anyways, let me check my, I got a letter, it looks like from my professor friend again. Let me go ahead and open this. It looks like somebody sent me a t-shirt too. I'll find out in a minute. So I drove out to the P.O. box, my P.O. box, and checked it. Let's see. Oh, he sent me more money. $10. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. That will go into savings. Dear Gail, how have you been? I wanted to drop you another note to say hello. Regarding your last video, I'm glad you were able to put the money into savings. If you think you'll be moving soon, it's good to have that in reserve. Thank you. Thank you so much for responding to the last few notes I've sent. I have to say, I'm deeply flattered that you've taken the time to be so friendly and responsive. I had 2 additional questions and I was wondering if you could answer them on air again. First, I know you've mentioned that you've lived in a number of states, including Florida, California, Washington, and Michigan. Being from the upper Midwest myself, I was wondering what you thought of Michigan. I think you said you were in the UP. What was it like there? Were the people nice? Did you often find yourself running across the border to Canada? Okay, I will answer that question. Let me finish reading his letter first. Second, and unrelated to the first question, I'm guessing you've heard of so-called vaccine passports by now. Large venues, e.g. concert halls, theaters, etc., in some states are beginning to require proof of vaccine or a recent COVID test for entry. And electronic identifier is now being pushed by some companies that have a QR code scanned to verify one's vaccine COVID test details. I know Florida and other states have banned them, but I fear their use may spread and continue past COVID for booster shots, seasonal flu vaccines, etc. Am I alone in this thinking, or do you think this could become a permanent fixture in our society? Some have even said this could be an early harbinger of the mark of the beast. What do you think about this claim? As usual, you can read this letter on air if you'd like. I'm also enclosing a little more. He put dollars for you. I hope you're staying safe and healthy, my friend. Until next time, be well. With much love, blessings, and light, Dr. He calls himself Silvit. Anyways, that was very nice. Okay, first question. I think you said you were in the UP. Yes, I lived in Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan. This was about 1986 to about 1989. And I was in the UP. That's they call that Michigan's Upper Peninsula. What was it like there? It was cold. Typical Canadian climate if you don't live on the coast. I hear like if you live in like Vancouver, BC, or like Prince Edward Island, you get the ocean breezes, so that might cool things off a bit. The summers were great. These summer temperatures were beautiful. You could go for a walk, outside in the summer. It was awesome summer. The summers were perfect. And I used to like to go for a walk in the neighborhood And I lived in a mobile home park, but sometimes we would drive out to the residential sections of Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan, and go for a walk. The winters were Siberia. You could get, sometimes we would get blizzards and stuff, and you'd look out your window and all. Basically, in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, you see white on the ground for about 8 or 9 months out of the year. Yeah, that's snow. And yeah, and your cars get all rusty and everything because they have to put salt on the roads and all that, and then they got to put chains on your tires. We didn't really need to put chains on our tires, but we did have to get snow tires, and and when you go outside, you need to wear gloves and a hat and a really thick coat. I wore a coat made out of duck feathers. Yeah, it was really thick, and I mean, the temperature gets really low in the winter, so you got to be. I'm a little bit warm. Let me lower my AC. I kind of like about 79 degrees. It's humid in Florida too. Yeah, like I said, I gave myself I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, so yeah, but other than that, you get used to it after a while. Even though I'm a Floridian, I was born and raised in Miami. You get used to different climates when you live there for a while. And you climatize and you get used to it. But it's cold. It's really cold. So what was it like there? Sault Ste. Marie, I think one of the biggest things that I had to get used to was that it was a very small city. And they didn't really have shopping malls or anything like that. And so this was back in the 1980s too. So a lot of the stuff that I needed to get, I would get like from the local Kmart, which was the big store. And sometimes, because I lived across the border from Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, there were shopping malls in Canada. At that time, it was a piece of cake to cross the border. I mean, it was really easy. You didn't have all the coronavirus complications and stuff like you have now. So we would just cross the border, go to Canada. We went to church in Canada, and we would shop in their malls. You might say, how did the exchange rate? Well, we usually did most of our shopping in the United States, and I was married back then to my ex-Jesuit husband, So we didn't do that a lot because Canada was a lot more, at that time, Canada was a lot more expensive than the United States. There wasn't a favorable exchange rate, It was cheaper to buy things American. So we usually shopped in the United States. But there were certain things that my ex-husband liked because his mother was British, and like if we wanted to get Weetabix, you couldn't get that in Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan. So stuff like Weetabix is really easy to get in Canada because you don't forget Canada's like a British province in a way. They got Queen Elizabeth, I think, on there somewhere, So it's like you can get a lot of British stuff there. So we would go across the border and buy stuff like Weetabix and things like that at the Canadian grocery stores. So yeah, it wasn't bad. And I learned to appreciate the Canadian culture from living there. I understood them better because I went to church in Canada, and I got to know Canadians, became good friends with me. And were the people nice? I kind of hung around with a limited group of people. I will say I was basically deep into my very strict conservative church. So it's kind of hard because I limited my contacts and basically just hung around with the people at my church. I don't know if I'm really an accurate judge of what the people were like. I will say that the people that I met on the street seemed nice. I mean, they were Michigander Americans. They called them Michigander, And yeah. Being a Floridian, yeah, I didn't have any problem with people. The Midwest, the northern Midwest culture tends to be pretty conservative, actually, I think. Though, yeah, I don't know. I didn't have a problem with people. The only thing that I noticed in the church that we went to, which was a King James Bible only church, so I don't know if you can really judge. I do know that I did we did drive to Traverse City where they fitted me for a splint because at that time I thought I was grinding my teeth, not realizing that I had a yeast infection that was causing the holes in my teeth. When you have a systemic yeast infection caused by the Jesuit super yeast, you suffer vitamin mineral deficiencies in your body because the yeast literally feeds off of the same vitamins and minerals that the human body requires. And as Jesus once told us, he said that there's nothing the dentist can do when you suffer a mineral deficiency to your teeth. That is a medical problem. But they try to pretend like it's a dental problem, and they were blaming it on bruxism, and it wasn't. So, yeah, it was just, but the Traverse City dentist was nice, and he fitted me for some splints. I did notice that the American medical care in the Upper Peninsula was not as good as if you live in a large city, but you know, what can you expect? Rural medical care. So when my baby was born, I actually traveled. I went to a Canadian obstetrician who I really liked. And his name was Dr. Thomas Orr, and he passed away very shortly after I left Michigan. I was really sad to hear that. He was a good obstetrician. My baby was born in Canada. He's grown now. He's a young man. He's in his 30s. Did you often find yourself running across the border to Canada? I've kind of answered that question already. Yes, we went I went to church several times a week in Canada. Sometimes we would shop in Canada. I went to a Canadian obstetrician. My baby was born in Canada. So I kind of answered that question. Okay, let's go on to the next one. I'm guessing you've heard of the so-called vaccine passports by now. Okay, for the second question, the answer to this one is kind of complicated. In fact, I just made a page at my website about it. Unfortunately, we do not have freedom of speech here at YouTube. So I am not free to discuss how I really feel about this stuff. But I welcome you all to please check my website. In fact, the answer to this question, okay, am I alone in this thinking? I know Florida and other states have banned them, but I fear that their use may spread and continue past COVID. Yeah, I agree. Am I alone in this thinking, or do you think this could become a permanent? I think Satan and Laurie McBride wanted to become a permanent fixture in our society, and I, as U.S. President, am trying to stop that. However, I do believe that I'm going to be raptured. Those of you that are born again Christians, you know what that is. And I'm actually going to try to set up a constitutional monarchy permanently in the United States. Because as a result of Laurie McBride's, should I call it her virus from hell, the coronavirus, she has successfully made about half of the world mental retards. Yeah. I just recently became aware of this. You need to go to my website and check. I'll have a link to that page underneath this video. What's good about my website, and yes, I do believe that this is an early harbinger of the mark of the beast. Yes, I do feel so. And that's all I'm going to say about the matter. But go to my website and check the page. I actually uploaded a video about it to my website. Yeah. At my website, I can upload short videos and I can upload audio files. I can't go past 64 megabytes, so I'm kind of limited unless Zach upgrades my website to enable me to upload larger files. But it's working out well for me, and I'm able to say quite a bit at my website. In fact, I would even go so far as to say that my website is actually turned into a major news website. It's almost like a branch of the Gabriel Chana Fox News Channel, because I do believe that the podcasts and any videos that I upload of myself there are also being broadcast on Gabriel Chana Fox News. And I do believe also that one page that I just recently uploaded at my website, I believe because it is I've been making a lot of executive orders as president, and I use my website to do that. And I also publish all my law there. So if you go to my website, you can read them and listen to my podcasts. And also my Patreon supporters get to listen to my vlog videos that I make every day. That's for $10 and up. So yeah, I actually have some very strong feelings regarding this, that I made an executive order about it, and it's at my website. Yeah. If you want to find out how Lori McBride has literally turned half the world into mental retards, you need to check the link underneath this video. And I didn't know about that till recently. It's upset me very much. Okay. All right. Now let's go ahead and check this other present. Looks like a t-shirt. I don't know. It could be from Joshua J. Joshua. He likes to send me t-shirts, but let me see. He's one of my Patreon supporters. We shall find out. Let me go ahead and open this. All right. Ooh, cool. Oh, I like it. Ah, and you know what? I'm going to get a second half to this video and show you what this. Oh, this is cool. Another t-shirt. Oh my. They say that I'm the president. Let me read this out. Please read this in the video. You are an inspiration to many. Dear Gail, this package contains 2 delectable t-shirts designed by me, Dr. Oh my goodness. It's from somebody new. Dr. Homunculus Manslave. I would like for you to unbox these shirts on camera and make a video on camera. That's exactly what I'm doing. Thank you, Dr. Homunculus Manslave. Yeah. Okay. Let me show you. Gail is my president. Thank you. I'll be honest with you. I am not a power-hungry person. And I'm what you call a reluctant leader. And I'm only president because Jesus gave me a high IQ. And I feel like if I don't use it, Jesus will be very unhappy. Oh, look at this. That is so cute. Look at the back. Leader of the Church of Gail, Empress of America. That is a super cool t-shirt. Hey, I'm going to do something. Let me just go ahead and kind of put it on over this t-shirt and let you all see. You said, you're going to put it on over this t-shirt? Yeah. Just to let you see what it looks like. That is super cool. Thank you. Oh. That is super cool. Hey, and I cut my hair for this t-shirt too, see? Of course, I didn't know I was getting it. I really like this t-shirt. Thank you. This is cool, man. Cool. Okay. Let me go ahead. I'm going to take this off and put on the other t-shirt. This is my Tosh O shirt. When I visited Tosh O in September 2016, the people at Tosh gave me this. Oh, from what I understand, Daniel Tosh ended up going on my marriage list. It's an ex-marriage list because only Brent Spiner's on my marriage list now. And from what I understand, he's doing a great job as vice president. You need to go to my website. I've made posts about Brent as if you want to get the real news, folks, you need to go to gabrielchana.blog, okay? I post there a lot. And basically all the real news, everything important that's happened from 2011 forward is at my website. My website has evolved into a major news website. In fact, I might even call it the website of the Gabriel Chana Fox News Channel. Yeah, just about. Yeah. Okay, let me, and if you are not following my website, that is to your detriment, because that's the only website that I am aware of online where you are getting the real news. Okay? Everything else is fake news. Lori McBride's fake news. Alrighty, let me check this other shirt. I love these shirts. These are super cool. Hey, let's see. How do I open this thing here? Thank you. I'm gonna cheat. Oh, this is really cool. Look at this. Gail is my president. I really like these shirts. These are super cool. The back is white. You even got them in my colors. I'm a winter in coloring, and I look good in black and white because I'm a winter. Check out Carol Jackson's Color Me Beautiful. Oh, this is super cool. I love it. Look at this. They even got the presidential symbol there. Hey, you guys, I have found out that about half the world is retarded. Lori McBride pulled this off. The audacity of that horrible woman. Oh, let me go check this one out. Oh, that's cool. I like it. Well, you make pretty cool t-shirts. That is cool. Let's check out the back here. Oh, there's nothing on the back. You know what? Even though I have an IQ that's even with Satan's, Lori McBride and Satan are able to use brain control to give me amnesia, to distract me, and all sorts of stuff. In fact, I think I'm going to make a page about that at my website. So I just wanted to show you this. Thank you. I appreciate this. Anyways, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and post this video to my public YouTube channel. And make sure you check out my website, folks. How many of you guys watch like mainstream CNN, MSNBC, Fox News every day? I mean, I watch basically, I watch usually mainstream Fox because I don't get Gabriel. If you live in Florida, you don't get Gabriel Chana Fox News, and they do that to protect me. But if you do not get Gabriel Chana Fox News 00 on cable, you can get sort of the equivalent of it by going to my website, okay? That's Gabriel, GABRIELLECHANA.blog, okay? You guys, you need to check out my website. In fact, what I'm going to do for this video, I'm going to actually put the URL to my website at the bottom of the video. Yeah, so that everybody knows where to go. Okay, or nobody know the top of the video because I want everybody to see the shirt. No black lights. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, and be sure and check out my website. Let me tell you how important my website is. Let's pretend we had a major nuclear attack or a major bioweapons that hit the United States, and I'm forbidden to report on it accurately at YouTube because of Lori McBride censorship, but I can report on it at my website. That's how important my website is, okay? Yeah. You guys should be checking it every day. Every day. You might say, can you subscribe? I did it. I have an archive site where you can subscribe via email, and I don't know if Zach Knight has it set up where you can do that at this website, but it's a simple matter to just check it every day. You can also, another way to follow my website is subscribe to my Twitter and Facebook, because I forward a lot of important posts from my website to my Facebook and Twitter. And if you check my YouTube channel in the About section in the upper right, you can click on the links that'll take you to my website, my Facebook, and my Twitter. Thank you so much. I love these t-shirts. I forgot to mention this person is from North Carolina, but I'm not going to post his personal address at this video. But he is from North Carolina. Yeah. Thank you so much. Though the items were shipped from California, so he somehow had them personally designed and sent them to me from California. Thank you so much. They're awesome. I really like them.